So importing and using a module takes a few different forms. And the way it looks typically is this top one. And if I say import random, it imports that library as its own set of functions. And so if I import the random library and I want to use choice from that random library, I type random.choice and then I give it a list and it'll choose something from that list, right? So that's fine, but sometimes libraries take up a lot of memory space. And so if you are concerned about the size of a library or you're trying to build a really efficient program, what you might want to do is import only the things that you are going to use from that. And if I say from random import choice, the other effect is that choice becomes a native function in my program. So all I have to do to call choice is this. So if I say from random import choice by name, that's all I have to do. So a couple of variations on that you should be aware of. So import random requires me to say equals random dot choice, like that. Okay, and that would take a list, obviously, or some other variable that's similar to a list. Okay, now if I want to shorten that, and I want to focus on only using this variable, I would say from random import choice. And then I no longer need this. I just type choice like that. And if I want to import more than one function, I don't have to repeat this whole line. I can just say this. And notice when I hit comma and I start typing, it gives me a lot of choices of things that I can import. So you can import a whole list of things from random. Another option that I have, a third option, is to use the wildcard character. And this imports the whole random library just like import random does. But what it does for me is it removes the requirement for me to address the library. So I don't have to say random.choice anymore. I can just say choice. Now this imports everything. So if you import everything, you still are using a lot of memory there. But that's a way to do this. Now, an occasion when you wouldn't want to do this is if you have a function that is similarly named in your code. Because if you have a function that's named choice and you import random like this, then you're going to have a name conflict between those two functions. So you don't want to do that. And the safe way to do it is still to say import random. Okay, another thing I can do is if random is too much typing for me, I can import random as R, and then all I type is r.choice. So you can rename a module on the fly if your module name is really long or you just don't feel like typing it over and over and over. As long as you don't have another object in your code called R, you can rename that anything you want. So you got a lot of different options there.